I decided to do my research project on Charlemagne, but more specifically, the Carolingian architecture. Named after the reign of the Carolingian dynasty that was around the 8th to 9th century, it represents an architectural revival influenced by Roman, early Christian, and Byzantine styles. It was part of a broader Carolingian Renaissance, an intellectual and cultural renewal initiated by Charlemagne. Charlemagne lived from 747 to 814 and was a Christian emperor of the West and a king of the Franks. Charlemagne worked to rebuild a Roman Empire in the West. He was influenced by Roman Classicism and early Christian architecture, as well as Byzantine and Greco-Roman styles. Carolingian architecture is marked by geometric shapes, grandiose stylizations, and innovative vaulted spaces that were not seen yet during that time. One of the most important features of Carolingian architecture is the westwork. It is called the westwork because of its location on the western side of the church or chapel. The westwork was built like a fortress with inner rooms and towers connecting the inner chapel and outer crypt, which created a space for worship and burial. Here is an example of the westwork for the Imperial Abbey of Corvey. One of the earliest examples of Carolingian architecture is the gatehouse for a former Benedictine abbey in Lorsch. The gatehouse was built in 774 AD and is located in Lorsch, Germany. Charlemagne granted the abbey imperial status and it became a significant cultural and religious center. The gatehouse is a great example of Carolingian architecture. It has several key features, including large arched openings, decorative facade with columns and colorful mosaics, and elevated chapel and gallery, which would have been used by nobility during services. Another great example of Carolingian architecture is the Abbey Church of St. Riquier. The abbey was originally a Benedictine monastery that was rebuilt around 790 AD and became a model for other Carolingian churches. The abbey was one of the largest and most elaborate basilicas of the time. It really reflected the grandeur of Carolingian dynasty and Charlemagne's desire to build impressive religious structures. Probably the most famous example of Carolingian architecture is the Palatine Chapel, which was a holy icon and a symbol of political power. It served as an imperial palace and a place of worship under Charlemagne. It is also the final resting place of Charlemagne. The chapel was constructed from the 780s to 790s and was finally consecrated around 805. The octagonal shape of the chapel was inspired by Byzantine architecture. Roman influences can be seen in arches and pillars. The chapel was designed with clear geometric forms and was separated into 3 levels. These levels served a functional purpose and allowed the emperor to observe his subjects from far above the separated from the common people below. The chapel was a symbol of Charlemagne's authority as Holy Roman Emperor of Christian Europe. And here is my work cited. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much.